Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I have here my nemesis. You ever have a project that you can't decide if you love or hate it? Um, I've just completed it, tickled to death to have it off my desk because it almost won. You know, it was one of the things that I almost trashed it. It's a little, very compact journal, very tight, and I say tight meaning the enclosure is pulled very tight. And that was one of the things that I thought about changing, and I'll show you that as soon as I open it. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. It has rose gold cording as the enclosure, about 6 inches and 4¼ wide. So I have a brad, kind of a gemstone looking brad, that I have wrapped this around. See, I can't even get it. It hates me. This little thing absolutely hates me. Okay. I'll never get it open again, I guess. It's just forever closed. Okay. The intent was just to wrap these like this. Should have been that easy. I have some beads tied to the end. The outside of it, and I've been sitting here trying to figure out if this was watercolor, distress inks, or a jelly plate. I do know it's a jelly plate. I just don't know what the medium, I guess, on it. It's got some kind of blue tones, grayish blue, lots of pinks, vintagey browns, the distressed vintage colors, stampings. And then I took paper doilies and collaged them and distressed over them, and that was part of my, I'm not sure if, this is kind of a grungy, vintage, blingy, I didn't know what to call it, and I saw some videos recently on YouTube, and they call them eclectic. Eclectic? Don't even know if I'm saying that right. Just a combination of mishmash. So I've sewn around it in 2 different colors. I've got a brown and a pink. This is made from a 6x9 envelope. The inside of the flap, I have collaged some brown packing paper too, and stamped and inked and kind of torn it where it looks aged, rustic. I have sewn pink linen on the inside. And then on the inside of this pocket, I have put some ledger paper, and the fabric goes on the inside of both sheets. This is a very tight enclosure. Like, you have to have all the things pushed down. I probably shouldn't even have put charms in here because it's, you know, so close to the edge, but I did. So, I mean, if this closure is something you don't particularly like it being that tight, the sewing on it is beneath the flap, so you could actually just take this flap off and make it either a wraparound enclosure or put some eyelets here and make it on the side, or have no enclosure at all. It's, you know, pretty thick. It has lots of different papers in it. The front of the envelope has this piece of ephemera that's kind of neat. It came from Septeria 18. Her tutorial, I made it from that. Little pocket here has a folder with a used coffee filter card and a stamped tea-dyed tag. Some more stamping on this little folder. And this sits in that pocket. Have a hidden, it's not really a hidden paper clip. You can see the back of it on the front. Then it has 2 journaling spots, kind of like file folders, file tab on the inside. They have really pretty pictures. A lot of the pink and blues. This piece is in the front. And then it has a little ribbon tab that I kind of try to tuck in. Lots of string. The front has a double pocket. This pocket is made from heavier cardstock that's been embossed. And then a little collage here. Packing paper, scrapbook paper, postage stamp. I've stamped on some muslin. Has a little journaling spot. This one has a vellum tag with a little brad. And then the top piece is the note from the bookmaker here. The first sheet is vellum that's been embossed. It kind of has stripes in it. It's really pretty vellum. Some scrapbook paper. All of the sheets, I believe most of them, I'm going to say most of them, have been torn edges and heavily inked. I left lots and lots of writing space in this little book. I figured my intent was it would be a writing journal. Tea-dyed papers, left the rough edges at the top. Did a little stenciling on this sheet. Wallpaper. Very textured, kind of soft wallpaper. This is part of a calendar. Has a little pretty paperclip charm. And some, I don't know if this is handmade paper, but it's very textured, different filling paper. And it opens up. This is some tea-dyed paper, and it really did tear, so I repaired it with some aged tape, distressed-looking tape. Enjoy the little things. Which comes to this picture, which is a porch swing. And I thought it was kind of fitting. Those are the little things, like just taking a minute to sit out on the front porch and swing, hear the birds. So that's a magazine picture. Music paper that's been tea-dyed. Very pretty tea-dyed marks on this one. This has little word sayings, and the strips are where you can tear them. And a little ticket sheet of ephemera, little heart envelope. See it better like that. Have a coloring book page. More tea-dyed paper. This one flips up. Has a little bit of distress tape. Sticker here. Lots of writing. Lots and lots. More scrapbook paper. It isn't heavily designed, so it can be written on as well. This is magazine paper from a gardening book. This is all gardening, like an index page with some sewing. There's a little pocket. This is a very thin piece of scrapbook paper, but I thought it was so pretty. Good for writing. Funny sewing. Little pocket here with some tickets to make your collages or put throughout the journal. This is a digital, but I printed it on tea-dyed paper, so it's looks very aged. I made this paper the other day on a video. It's hidden journaling spots, and it was the last sheet I added to this book. This book has been sitting on my desk like forever. I thought, well, this seems like the perfect piece to add as an ending to this book. And this is book page, vintage book page. The tops of this is used coffee filter that's been decoupaged to collaged magazine pages. A little flower sticker on this side. These pages are from an art book. I thought they were beautiful. And that is the center of the signature. I've glued and sewn these pieces so they made a pocket on each side. Made a little matchbook that this one has stamped book pages that have been colored. These would make, you just tear them out and make collages. Maybe put one of your little tags from the other page. They're all colored, very vintage, that will go in this book well. On this side, in the pocket, I have curly Q. This little envelope is made from paper towel roll. I put acrylic ink, browns and golds, sewn around it, and embossed it. Inside is a little writing spot. I left the strings long in the center binding again if you want to add some beads. The other side of the book page has a little sticker here and hidden spots, some gold trim, a little antique car sticker. The other side of that ledger that's on tea-dye paper. This is the other side of the garden index page. Have a little pocket. Now is a good time with some little word tags. Some, they're just different on different backings. Some are on plain paper that you can distress or make whatever color you want. Count your blessings. My things, create, and journal. It's kind of tucked in there to use throughout. Another little matchbook with some clusters. This one is pocket with stickers, some flowers, stamps. There's a little butterfly. Sewing all around the edge. Another piece of the thin scrapbook paper. See, it's thin with a really pretty charm on. It's held on with a bulb pin, so it can be moved around. This is a vellum piece for the tab. Scrapbook paper, the tea-dyed paper. Tickets on that side. Coloring book page. Music page. Rose gold paper clip with some little beads. Inside I've just tucked some writing spaces. The other side of the magazine page with the porch. This is the garden that's in front of the porch. And this is the other side of that. Enjoy the little things that had the torn. Very interesting marks that came from the tea dyeing of this page. Must have been sitting on a grate or something. The other side of the calendar page with a kind of a brassy looking heart paper clip. Some writing space that I've just torn and heavily inked to make it look like it was burned almost. The wallpaper. I don't know if you can see all that ink around the edge, but it's very pretty. Did a little stenciling on this sheet. I like these things poking out the top. Very pretty tea-dyed paper, scrapbook paper, and the other side of the embossed vellum paper. The back also has two pockets with the cardstock that's been embossed and a piece of stamped muslin. This one says lovely. I don't know if I said this one in the front says cherish. This packing paper was actually collaged with the backing of a flower napkin, so it's stiffer, and when I inked it, it almost looks leather. Very pretty. Two writing spots. This one has some sewing, or I'm sorry, some thread. Piece of the leisure paper is the tab and a little enamel dot. The back one is a button, an aged button, some thread. And I don't think I put the piece back in this one. I didn't. This is washi tape and stickers that's onto a folder. So the thought is that you can just peel it and use it throughout your journal. They'll just peel off. So you have washi tape, you have words, the stamp book images and little tags, all the things to complete your own clusters and embellishments in this journal. And that just slides down in the back. And that is the end of my hateful little journal. Ugh, see how tight it is? So I'm still thinking I probably should have just cut the flap off, but I didn't. I really like the flap. I really like the flap aspect of it, but again, it's really tight, so might be something that isn't appealing. And I have burnt the edges of these. This gold, or I'm sorry, rose gold string tends to ravel, so you kind of need to singe the ends of them. But anyway, there is the little journal. This hateful little journal. I almost left a lot of strings. I hope you like it. I'm going to post it in my Etsy shop, hopefully by the end of the day. Hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you liked this book, tell me, did you like it, hate it, think I probably should have thrown it in the trash? Let me know. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye.